It's gonna be big. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be live. It's the 1992 Billboard Music Awards. Scheduled to appear Garth Brooks, U2, Genesis, Guns N' Roses, Criss Cross, and many more. Join host Phil Collins for the 1992 Billboard Music Awards. Live Wednesday on Fox.
Regeneration X, the 90s, we are checking out the music of October 1992, and what would it be without a little hip-hop history? Wesley, take it away.
No doubt. So, for the culture, let's go ahead and first acknowledge the albums that came out this month, and actually that's all we're going to do at this point, is quickly acknowledge the hip-hop albums that came out in each month, this being October 1992. Let's shout out first a guy who's become a legend in modern times. Amazing that he started out with what, in hindsight, is kind of a classic, but was unceremoniously received in 1992. Common with Can I Borrow a Dollar? Great album. I like it. I've listened to it several times over. Not once in 1992.
Right.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Right.
He ended up having a career, though, didn't he?
Oh, great career. Great. Yeah, just a phenomenal career. What he is now is, there was no way of seeing that then. But I think Cass was about to say, we talked about this. And
Yeah, I had no idea that Common was around in 92. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yep, absolutely. He's been around for a minute. We'll get into some pretty interesting things that he went through early on in the 90s. He kind of got caught up in that East Coast, West Coast beef, famously with Ice Cube, and a couple of other moments of note in the 90s. But this was his introduction to the world. So so Common, Can I Borrow a Dollar? For whatever reason, the reporting on when Redman the album was a little off, so I've got it down twice as coming out in September and then again in October. But I'll always take an opportunity to talk about Redman, who by many is considered one of the top 10 greatest MCs of all time. And this was his introduction to the world. So all hail one of the kings of our genre, kings of the culture. So shout out to Redman with that one. Grand Puba, a name who we know and love fondly. He had a couple of singles throughout his career, but Grand Puba released Real to Real, which was also his debut album. So October 92 is kind of a big month for some big names with Common and Redman, and some notable names with Grand Puba and Paperboy. Not Paperboy that many heads are gonna recognize as Paperboy. This is another guy. 1992, Paperboy released The 9 Yards, which, of all the albums that were released that month, his career hasn't really jumped off in the way that the other three guys did. But Common, Redman, 1992 October, holding it down for the culture. So that's your hip hop albums, 92.